So tell me, who doesn't like food? Hmm? Tell me now, who doesn't like food? Hmm. Wow. Even Google, even Google likes food. The eat framework they had before was not even enough. Just add an extra E. And what does that mean for you? It means that your content has to be more appetizing for Google crawlers to crawl through it. So why am I showing you this? Four high pay freelance niches in 2025. I wrote this article on February 13th, and after a few months, I discovered that it ranked on Google's first page, Google's SERP. It even got featured on um, Google's AI, which was impressive. So I was so curious. I was like, how? What happened? What happened? What happened? So I did an analysis, you know, of what I really did in this page. You can see the intro is not it's not like you put so amount of keyword and so that when the crawlers come to your first two lines, they already know what you're talking about. No, it's no more about keyword anymore. It's not about authenticity and experience. That's why they added the E. The E stands for experience. So we have experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So as you can see, the beginning was not like filled with keywords. Yes, I use keyword, but I didn't stuff keywords or plan that okay, I'll have so amount of keyword density in my content. It was just all natural and it ranked on Google's first page. So what were the tricks? First, not really tricks, but it's just what did I do? I told a story. See, it's not your story doesn't have to be extraordinary. You can use very basic stories in your life and align it with your content. And that's what I did, right? And I told story using more of I and we. When you use I and we, it means that you're also in the story, you're experiencing the story, and it's like you're giving a case study, a case study of what you did for someone or what you did with yourself that got you to this conclusion, in your content, you know. So this intro, you can see I replied, I started with how do you make money in the future amidst AI trend? Well, I shift my mindset or act as a bridge. So like it's just a very natural conversation. Then the first paragraph or the first H2, I told a story of how I wanted to apply for a technical writing uh, job, and then I had this experience. Then during the interview, I asked the coordinator about the deliverables, and they told me that when they told me the deliverables, I was like, "Oh, it's not hard to actually perform this job." So my goal in this first paragraph was to just show that, oh, being a technical writer is not hard. So far as you love simplifying complex ideas, then technical writing is good for you. And I use the story to align my idea and come out with this outcome or this result. And actually, because of this was as when I researched this content on Google. This was the first. This technical writing was actually what's featured on Google's SERP. That is the AI overview. This technical writing actually featured there, based because of this story. Now, script writing, that one is just basically explaining what video real script writing is. So another thing I wanted to point out here is pro tips. Pro tips actually proves your expertise. Though you need credentials and formal credentials and testimonials from people, that is not enough now. As I said earlier, your content has to be more appetizing for Google. So they added experience. So if you prove that you have an experience, then it covers up for the other parts of the Google Eats framework, right? Experience beats expertise. If you are just having credentials and you're not showing people like what you did, or showing people case studies of how you did it, you know, you're not building trust. People just think that you just maybe use one AI and just, formulated uh, one credential and just posted it online so that people will come patronize you. I've seen something like this before when I was doing research. I searched, I don't can't remember the name of the brand. I can't remember what they're offering because they were not even it was not even good enough. But I know it's a marketing brand. So what happened was that I was trying to click through their case studies, but it was not going, no button, but they were showing that they did this, they did that, they did this. I was like, if you're a marketing brand and you're showing all these case studies, why are you not proving it? So if you don't prove your expertise, you're not going anywhere close to the Google's SERP or getting featured on any of Google's feature snippets. So, and then I told another story here too. I said 3 years ago, ChatGPT stormed the business and marketing industry. It became clear that AI can do the basics of lucrative freelance jobs. So that time I was still a copywriter. I'm trying to explain why I think building a cold email marketing system that helps you hyper target your ICP, that's your customers, your main customers, and get more results instead of just focusing on social media ads. So the goal here was tell a story and how you I started the company with my guy, my friend, and then I found cold email marketing, and finally I speculated that cold email marketing will replace social media ads in the future. So yeah, that is that for that. Then I gave some basic steps, how to achieve that. And then the system copywriting, the last one. What did I really do here? Okay, so I spoke about my experience on how when I started copywriting, and the instructors always said that we should focus on one part of copywriting. Maybe if you are doing sales page, focus on making sales page. But now it's no more like that. You have to provide a holistic copywriting service, that is copywriting system. So that's what I'll just explain here. And is I use storytelling. My point is I'm using stories with I and we just to express my experience and aligning it with the goal of the content or the intent, and giving it the content more context so that my readers will understand. So that is why I ranked on Google. As I said, pro tips. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, when you offer pro tips too, it also shows that you're an expert in what you are saying. It also proves that you're an expert. Another thing that you can add that I didn't do here is you can add to TDLR or TDL or TLDR, sorry. That is too long, didn't read, to summarize your content. And that will really, really help you rank on the AI overview, because if your snippet is very precise and answers a question, then you have a higher chance of ranking on Google's SERP. So that is it. I just wanted to show you guys how to achieve the EEAT framework and why this content actually ranks on Google. If you want to know more of how to use the EEAT, that's EAT framework from Google, you check the comments section. I wrote an article on how to achieve this EEAT framework, and also in the future I'll be sharing how to create a content strategy for B2B content strategies. So I'll just cherry pick any brand, any B2B brand, and then create the content strategy for them and show you the process. So stay tuned, and that is going to be the next um, content is going to be a 3-part series explaining all the details of how to get the keywords and also create content that are relevant. So yeah, that is it for today. I'll see you later. Peace.